Hello and welcome back to Bukmuk Library Friday Story Time with me Shefali Malhotra. Today I am bringing you a beautiful story. I think I can safely say this is so far one of the best books I've ever read, and I'm sharing this with you because it's a beautiful story. The name of the book is Ordinary Mary's Extraordinary Deed. It's written by Emily Pearson, illustrated by Fumi Kosaka. I already love Mary. Such a cute little girl. Ordinary Mary was so very ordinary that you'll never guess she could change the world. This ordinary kid, she did. She changed the world. One ordinary day, skipping on her way from her ordinary school to her ordinary house, she passed an ordinary vacant lot filled with ordinary bushes growing ordinary berries, ordinary blue, juicy, luscious, lovely berries. Well, ordinary Mary picked the ordinary berries and brought them in a big brown bowl to Mrs. Bishop's porch. What? Left berries in a big brown bowl on Mrs. Bishop's porch? That sneaky kid. She did. This made Mrs. Bishop very, very, very happy. So she baked a big batch of blueberry muffins and thought of 5 people who might have brought these beautiful berries, then secretly gave each a plate. How great! 5 people got a plate. One of those 5 was her paper boy, Billy Parker. And when Billy saw his name on a note in the driveway on a plate, he quickly parked his bike and ate every crumb. Yum, yum, yum. This made him so glad that the next 5 people got their papers on the porch and not in the bushes where he often threw them. In fact, he even handed them right to their hand. One of those 5 was Mr. Stevens, who was so amazed and he smiled for 10 hours on the airplane and then said to 5 different people who had heavy bags, "Here, let me help you." He still smiled and they did too. One of those 5 was Maria, whose cranky little boy James stopped crying when Mr. Stevens played peekaboo with him until their ride came. When he waved goodbye, Maria exclaimed, "How strange that a stranger would be so sweet." And the next day when she was out shopping, once, twice, 5 times she did something nice for 5 different people. 5 times without stopping. One of those 5 was Joseph, old and bent and grey, in front of her in line at the produce stand. When he said, "I guess I counted wrong. I don't really need those oranges," little James reached out to him with an orange from their basket, and Maria put a coin in his hand and said, "Hey, take this. Oranges are on us." As Joseph shuffled to the bus, his heart was full and his eyes were wet, and his hand did helpful things for the next 5 people he met. One of those girls was Sarah, the college girl who was off to see the world and stopped at Joseph's shop. When her bag broke and her things fell all over the floor, she said, "Oh, what will I do?" Joseph said, "This is for you." And he gave her a new bag woven with his own hands in red, purple and green. "Oh, thank you," she said. "It's the loveliest bag I've ever seen." When Sarah left, she felt sunny as noon and she just had to shine on 5 people soon. One of those 5 was Sophia, whom she met on a boat, looking like the world might end, looking like someone without a friend. "What beautiful blue eyes you have," Sarah said. "And they're just the color of the flowers in your lovely dress." "Yes," said Sophia. "Oh yes," said Sarah. The beautiful blue eyes shed a happy tear. And when the boat trip was through, Sophia called 5 people to make them happy too. One of those 5 was Tom. Tom, her son, the doctor, who was having a very hard day. "Hi," she said. "I love you, Tom." "Well, how great to hear your voice. I've always needed my mom." Dr. Tom was so cheered up that on his next break, he brought a big bunch of bright balloons for 5 young patients, and he handed them out right and there. One of those 5 was Peter, the little boy who went home from the hospital that very day. Gratitude for the big bunch of balloons filled him and thrilled him and spilled out of him and onto the next 5 people who came his way. One of those 5 was Eric, a teenage boy whose sacks was such very way too much. When one dropped on his sidewalk, Peter stopped his play and rushed right over, saying, "Supervillains to the rescue!" Well, Eric no longer stressed and was very impressed and made a mental note that every afternoon to help 5 people and do it soon. One of those 5 was Dee, his 10-year-old sister. Who didn't have many friends and was painfully shy. When Eric said, "Hey sis, want to come to the park and learn how to ride my skateboard?" she looked at him wide-eyed. "Really?" "Yeah, sure," he said. And because of her brother, Dee decided maybe she could be a friend to another 5 others. One of those 5 was Louise, a homeless woman who lived under the trees. She could hardly believe her ears when she heard Dee say, "May my brother and we buy you a hot dog and a drink at the stand over there?" Could it be true? Someone actually cared enough to give her food and a smiley faced ring that was practically new. Louise was so pleased that she decided that even though she had nothing, she would find 5 people and give them something. One of those 5 was Mr. Taylor, who lost his wallet in the park. Louise found it, full of 5, 10s and 20s. Oh, what she could do with all that money. But she found his name and called his home, and over he came. He was so impressed that she was honest in spite of being poor, that he offered her a job in his store and vowed to do something generous for 5 people and more. One of those 5 was Kate, a woman who was on vacation and who wanted to see a show she heard was a sensation. "Oh no, it's sold out, but I'm going home tomorrow," and her face filled with sorrow. Mr. Taylor held out his ticket. "I live here. I can go anytime. Take mine." Kate loved the show and was so touched that she thought buying 5 presents to 5 people back home would really be fun. And one of those 5 presents was a little heart necklace for Mary, her niece. And you should have seen her eyes light up in surprise. "What? Mary? Our ordinary Mary?" Yes, ordinary Mary's extraordinary deed had come full circle, and on its way it had changed the life of every person living. You see, when Mrs. Bishop made muffins from Mary's blueberries, not only the paper boy, Billy Parker, but the other 4 people too, made 5 people smile, and those 5 did too. And after a while, in only 15 days, love was sent to every person everywhere. You want to see a magic? Just see how it went. This was Miss Mary's blueberries when Mrs. Parker made blueberry muffins. 5 people, and those 5 people did good things for the other 5 people, and this is how the kindness multiplied. Isn't that amazing? Well, 6 billion is even more than all of the other people on planet. So after everyone, yes, this figure is more than 6 billion. And in just 15 days, well, 6 billion is even more than all of the people on the planet. So after everyone had a share and everybody knew that somebody cared, there was even some love left over. The end. I have no words. I would love for you to let me know in the comments how you feel about this book. I just love this book, and one of the reasons why I'm sharing this book, these series and these amazing world of picture books, especially picture books on this YouTube channel and on our Instagram, is that many people believe that picture books are just for children. Do you think so? I'm an adult and I love picture books. So I thought, why not share the joy with people who may not buy a picture book, who may not open a picture book, but they can surely enjoy a picture book. Thank you so much for listening. I will be back with another story next Friday. Do help us spread the word, spread the joy, share the story with your friends, family tonight, and come back next Friday for another story. And if you're a parent raising a reader, thank you for raising a reader. You can subscribe to Bukmuk Library also. We would love to be your literary partner. We deliver pan-India. You can find all the details in the description box or on our handles, or you can DM me. Thank you for listening. Till next time. Bye.